Hi, I'm Matt Westwood, and in this series, I'm going to help you ace the general knowledge component of your AMEB exam. In this video, we're looking at the piece Desert Rain, which is List B, number 1 in the Series 10 Preliminary Violin book. In a preliminary exam, you need to be able to name and explain the notes, rests, signs, terms, the title, and the key. The way I like to think about it is if there is ink on the page, you need to be able to explain what it means and why it's there. To help you learn these things, I recommend that you photocopy the music and write the meanings down on your copy as we go. That way you'll have a copy to study from and a clean copy to continue practicing from. Here you'll see my annotated copy of the music, and I've whited out everything that we won't be talking about. Starting with notes, I won't be covering letter names in this series, but we will start with note values. This piece has crotchets, which go for 1 beat, minims, which go for 2 beats, dotted minims, which go for 3 beats, semibreves, which go for 4 beats, and quavers, which go for half a beat. The piece starts with semibreve rests, which go for 4 beats, the full bar. There are also crotchet rests, which go for 1 beat. On to the signs and terms. This piece has a time signature of 4/4, which means that every bar has 4 quarter notes or 4 crotchets of value, and each crotchet is considered 1 beat. The opening bar has a tempo and character marking allegro, which means fast and lively. Next to that, we get the metronome mark crotchet equals circa 120, which means the tempo is around 120 beats per minute. P for piano means soft. MF for mezzo forte means moderately loud, F for forte means loud, and PP for pianissimo means very soft. We also get dynamics in the form of hairpins. A diminuendo or decrescendo means to gradually become softer, and a crescendo means to gradually become louder. We also get a crescendo written as the abbreviation cresc. The square-like shape above a note means to play a down bow. The V shape above a note means to play an up bow. A circle above a note is a harmonic, which means to place your finger as light as a feather on the string. A curved line connecting different notes together is a slur, meaning that the notes are to sound smoothly connected, and on violin we do that by playing the connected notes all in one bow. Not to be confused with a curved line connecting 2 of the same note together, which is a tie. This means to play 1 continuous note instead of 2 separate notes. In this case, this is 1 single note that goes for 8 beats. Riten stands for ritenuto, which means to become immediately slower. Then 2 bars later, a tempo means to return back to the previous tempo from before the slowdown. Riten is not to be confused with ritard, which stands for ritardando, which means to become gradually slower, whereas ritenuto means to become immediately slower. The final note has a fermata or pause symbol, meaning to play the note for longer than written. Between the tie, the ritardando, and the pause and the decrescendo, you play the last note for as long as you can until your bow runs out, gradually becoming softer and fading away. The numbers above notes are fingerings, and the numbers at the beginning of each line are bar numbers. The piece finishes with a final double bar line to indicate the end of the piece. This score features both violin 1 and violin 2 parts connected with a bracket. While you are required to play with piano accompaniment for an exam, this piece gives you the option of performing or practicing as a violin duet with a friend or teacher. The violin 2 part features double stops, which means to play 2 strings at the same time. On to the title. A desert is an area of land that gets very little rain. People often think of land that is hot, dry, and empty. To me, the piece depicts a peaceful desert landscape with a gentle pitter-patter of rain depicted as continuous quavers in the piano or violin 2 part. As well as the title, we also have the composer's name at the top of the page. This is the person who wrote the piece. Finally, onto the key. The key signature has 1 sharp and F sharp. Usually this key signature implies the piece is in the key of G major or E minor. However, when you study the piece, you find that A is the tonal center. This means that the piece is in the key of A Dorian. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. If you think I missed anything, or if you've got any more questions, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.